how I am doing after my root canal 9 months later. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. You know, I talked about in a previous video about when I had the root canal done. And I think for most people, a root canal is a pretty simple procedure. And for most people, it can turn out well. But for me, I had problems directly after the root canal. And we never have come to a full conclusion what caused my problems. But I was pretty sick there for a while. I was sick for probably 2 full months, and then I had a challenging time for an additional 2. And I would say that I am 95% better since the root canal procedure. And this has been about 9 months now. And so basically what happened to me was I had a root canal, and I'd never had one before. And immediately I knew something was wrong. Now, I have been to so many specialists and they couldn't figure it out. Everybody had a different opinion. One said it was allergic reaction. One said it was nerve damage. One didn't know. It just went on and on and on. And so finally, I ended up having to have that tooth removed. And that was based upon a CAT scan that I had to have taken. Prior to that, I had gotten really sick with a number of different symptoms. I'm not going to go into all the different symptoms, but a couple of them were pretty dramatic for me. And I ended up going to a major university hospital emergency room. I was there 19 hours before they let me go. And so, you know, I got symptoms that caused other symptoms. And, you know, to this day, we don't know exactly what happened. I will say 9 months later, I still have some, I don't want to say discomfort because I feel fine. I feel good. But certain parts in my mouth don't feel quite the same and they don't feel quite right. Sometimes I feel a little bit tongue-tied when I go to talk. Sometimes I don't feel like my words slip off my tongue as easily as they did before. Sometimes certain areas of my tongue will be a bit sore. You might say, well, how did it affect the tongue instead of the actual tooth itself? Well, the tooth it always had a dull ache afterward. But the root canal itself, according to the experts, the root canal itself, the tooth itself turned out great. But because of underneath the tooth somehow got inflamed in some way into the gum, I ended up having it removed. I had to go under an anesthetic where they put you to sleep because often the tooth that's had a root canal will fracture. Well, then after I had it taken out by an oral surgeon, there was a little piece left in there so that my dentist, when I went back, had to remove that part of the tooth. And so it was, you know, that was, the whole process was about 4.5 months. Now I'm going into 9 months. And I would say, you know, I feel good. I feel great. I'm, you know, back to my regular routines. I'm not in pain. I don't have any more blistering or anything like that, which that was very, very, very bad. You know, it hurt. It was bad. It was painful. I was sick. You know, my heart was racing. I had so many different symptoms. Could have it been something else? It just occurred that day that I had the root canal? Sure, it could have been. I don't know. I can't say for sure because not even the experts know for sure what happened. All I know is I was perfectly fine until the day I had the root canal. Like I said, most people, I think, do pretty well with root canals, although I've heard some bad stories along the way as well. My root canal itself turned out well. Did I have an allergic reaction? I don't know. Did I have a nerve damage? I don't know. Was it something totally unrelated that just suddenly seemed to appear that day? I don't know. But that was my experience with a root canal. Would I ever have another root canal? Well, never say never, but I hope that I never would. I think that there are probably alternatives such as getting an implant. Not that I would be overly fond of getting an implant either, but if that was my only option, I would probably consider that. But I really would hope that I would not ever have to have another root canal again. The issue with aging is often things like needing a root canal can happen. Like I said, I've known a lot of people that's had root canals and they did wonderful. It was nothing. But then I've known other people that said, you know what? I would never have one again. Actually, I knew quite a few that had bad experiences with root canals. But then I've known quite a few that's had wonderful experiences with them. So I think it depends upon how the procedure is done and how your body reacts to it. Okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.